Yeah, this video is about exercises that you do with the horse in leading that depend on body language or has something to do with body language. In my opinion, you have three different types of using body language. The first one is the wrong one, which is the horse being afraid of you because of the things you have. So he's running away from the rope you have when you deal with him in the paddock, or the whip or the stick or whatever. So he just runs away from you out of fear. There is no real respect, there is no real control. So you can't move him back easily in the right way. You can't control his hindquarters or the backside of his body in the right way, and so on. So he's running away from you, yes, but there is no real control by using body language. So you're not controlling the horse by using your body language. You're just making the horse run away from you by using a lot of stuff, including your body movement, let's call it. It's not even a language. In other ways of riding that are correct, in my opinion, you use a correct body language that you make the horse understand with time. So you connect between the move you did with the body language and the use of the whip or the rope, or in riding the spurs or the leg and so on. And with time, the horse will understand that this way of movement or this movement or this move means a certain exercise that you want him to do or a certain move that you want him to do. And as soon as he gives you that move, you give him his release, you reward him, and so on. So with time, he understands that this move that you did with your body means doing this and this and that. So it becomes a body language that the horse understands with time. So it's a body language that you teach the horse about or train the horse for. The third type, in my opinion, which is the best type, especially in this case, which is what I use, is the body language that the horses use. The horse's language is usually a body language. 70 to 90% of what horses do in their languages is their bodies, the movement of the body. They don't use the sound a lot. So if you let the horse know that you can actually deal with his body movement with the same movement that other horses use or do with him, he will start to realize and understand that you actually speak his language, which happens to be a body language. So people who deal with him in the wrong way use a body language that is not understood by him, so he just runs away. Correct other ways of riding use a correct body language that he will understand with time. So it's a body language they created and they are teaching him about. The third one, in my opinion, his body language is understood by me, so I'm practicing it and doing it, and he will understand with time that I actually understand his body language. The third type, in my opinion, the difference between the third type and the second one, the first one is wrong. The second one and the first one, the second one, Western style, Spanish style, French style, and so on, depends on the whip a lot, depends on the rope a lot, so the space between you and the horse is a lot. And leading, and when you ride with the saddle, with the martingale, the spurs, and so on. So you want the horse to respect the body, and if he doesn't, the thing that you will use to make him understand what you want is the whip and the rope. So there's a big space between you and the horse. So every move he does, when you make him move to you, when you make the horse move back, when you ask him to give you a tight turn, when you ask him to give you an outside nick, an inside nick, the rope is completely loose. There's a clear looseness in the rope between you and the horse. In this way of riding, what I want to do is to connect between the body language and the hand accuracy. So I don't want you to move back because of what my body did, and if you don't, the stick or the whip will make you move away, but the fact is the rope didn't do anything. I want to hold the horse with the right accuracy in the hand and move him with the hand. My body is moving with the hand. With time, the horse will actually respect the body alone, because he knows if I fight back or if he fights me back, what will actually help me is the accuracy of my hand holding the rope, which controls his balance, not his muscles, like the wrong ways of riding, and not like just his brain, like the other correct ways of riding. So if I move the horse towards me, then move him back just by the body language or the whip, and there is a space between us, it looks better. But the fact is there is no real respect to the hand, to the accuracy. Which means that movement, which is absolutely perfect in this situation, will not actually be useful when you really need it in front of another stallion, in front of another mare, when you ride him and want to hold him and he wants to bolt and he wants to buck and so on. But when what made the horse move back is my accuracy in the hand. Accuracy in the hand means the three moves that the horse does, and you keep up with them in the right way, just like I explained in the book, or the way of riding when I explained it in the YouTube channel. The idea is that the hand gives him an order, he reacts to it by pulling or leaning on the bit or giving in. I keep up with him in the right way by slipping or sliding the rein from my hand or collecting or leaning as much as he did, so he will respect the hand. With time, if I just give him a clear movement with the body, he moves back, not out of respect to the body, out of respect to the hand's accuracy. The difference is, if he respects the whip and the rope alone, just like with the bad riders, with time he will actually understand how strong and fast he is, and he will disrespect the whip and the rope itself and will destroy you, because he did not respect you in the first place. Other correctors of riding will actually have real respect in normal situations, but the horse who moves back in a very great way, and there is a loose rope between you and him, and he respects the body and respects the whip, when the horse is afraid of something behind him while you are moving him back perfectly or turning him perfectly, he will bolt and charge straight at you, and you will not be able to stop him, because the whip is not enough to stop him when he spooks. The rope is not enough to stop him when he spooks. Your bravery and not being afraid is not going to be able to stop him when he's crazy and just running and charging at you. The speed you use in your body is not even close to his speed. But when I say, when he comes at me, the accuracy of my hand stops him and gives me what I want. It's a big difference. So what I want and what I need is very simple. I want the hand to reach to a point that when I'm holding the horse, even when I play with him like that, he cannot actually charge. See? Even if he bows down or leans down, because of my hand accuracy, there's nothing he can do. If I move him at me, stop, move back, move again, move left, move back, no play. See? Now, of course, I trust the horse, but the idea is, even if I give the horse a clear reason to put me back, he's not able because of the hand accuracy. He's not in the mood, he wants to eat and so on, he's Arabian and so on. And the foal, not a filly, or a colt, not a filly. Stallion, not a mare. Even when he's not in the mood for giving you the exercise, you can easily, with the hand accuracy, move him away, move him at you, away, at you, forward, backwards. With the hand accuracy, if I go at him, he can't do anything. So my body movement is being respected because of my hand accuracy. In other correct ways of riding, my body movement is being respected because of the whip and the rope. Whip, rope means pain. With time, the horse will understand he can handle that pain. He can defeat that pain. He's stronger, he's faster than you and the whip. When you use the whip. But when he says or understands that he's respecting the accuracy of the hand, the more he charges at you, the more he says no, the more he fights back, the more you control his balance, not his muscles. So when I bring the horse to me and move him back and he says no, I'm not going to use strength in the rope. I'm going to slide the rein as much as he pulled, like I explained in the video and book and so on. So if he says no and I control his balance, he will lose his balance. And he will end up respecting me because I control his balance. So I want to connect between the body language and the accuracy of the hand itself. So if I move at the horse and he doesn't move back or give me what I want the hand accuracy to move him. Like that. He doesn't give me exactly what I want. From the hand accuracy, it means the horse did not actually give me what I want, which is stop, move back faster, stop, move back, stop. Now let's go right. Now let's go left. Suddenly. See how he moved away from me? Now I will move him closer. Move right. Move left. Suddenly. Yeah, I cannot say no at all. I keep controlling the outside shoulder and the outside hand quarter, the outside left thigh, let's call it. And even the inside one. Why isn't he saying no? Of course, he will not say no, even in the other correctors of riding, even when the rein is loose. The problem is he's running away from your whip. He's running away from your rope. You're pushing him away with the rope in your hand, which means he respects pain. With time, he will understand he's stronger. With time, he will understand he's faster. But here, it's not speed, it's not strength, it's balance. I'm giving him an order. If he says no, the reaction of the hand is correct, which means he will give me what I want and move back or move away and so on. When you control the horse's balance and add to it a body movement or a body language, that means the horse respecting my body and moving away from it back or tight turns. Let's say ask the horse to give me a tight inside turn. So we are turning right with the right side of the ring. And he's moving with the hand accuracy, with the hand holding the rope, not just out of respect to my body or to my whip if I have or whatever. The hand itself. If I want to stop the turn right now and touch his thighs, the area between his thighs, in a rough way. Now I want to continue turning. Now I want to stop, touch it. All that is out of control here. If I did the same exact thing, but he's respecting the body and the whip, not the accuracy of the hand, he can easily move away and kick you. No, get back to you and respect you. So the idea I want to actually do in leading is supposed to help me in riding. The horse moving back, the horse moving away from me, the horse moving towards me, the horse moving forward, the horse moving backwards, just with one hand, with the rope. It's supposed to be something I will use in riding. I use these moves to stop him from bucking, from bolting, from running away, and so on. If the horse gives you all these exercises in a perfect way and ends up actually doing the complete opposite when it really matters. When does it really matter? When he spooks. When he's around other horses and stallions and so on. So he gives me moving backwards or tight turns or outside neck or inside neck in a perfect way. Then when he spooked in an open area, he bucked me off or bolted. Which means the exercise I did means nothing when I really actually need it. But when I do an exercise to remind the horse that this is actually what I will do when you want to spook, when you want to run away and so on. So a body language that makes the horse just run away from you is not a correct way of using body language. A body language that makes the horse react to you in a perfect way, just like in circus and so on, or liberty riding or liberty training and whatever you call it. But in liberty, in circus, inside closed areas, farms, stables and so on, when you take that circus horse or that liberty riding or training horse and ride him without equipments and tools, and you ride him in an open area outside the stable and he spooks, what happened? The same horse you deal with in liberty riding, liberty training, just a whip, just a rope, perfect result. Ride him with the saddle, with the martingale, with the spurs, with the whip, but he spooks in front of you. He spooks, he bucks, he bolts, he runs away, he bucks you off. Even though he gave you a perfect result in liberty riding without equipment and tools, with the equipments, with the tools, when it really matters, you did not control him. When it really mattered, you did not control him. So what do you think if you tried to control him without equipment and tools? So it's not about moving back, it's about how he moved back. It's not about tight turns, it's about how he gave you tight turns and the exercise and so on. The difference between the good ways of riding and the wrong ways of riding is doing stuff that bad ways of riding can't do. Like moving back, halting, tight turns, cannot be done in the wrong way. The horse will say no, simply no. But the difference between other correct ways of riding and this way of riding is that this way of riding says the way I move you back is supposed to make you move back when I want you to also, not just here. Other correct ways of riding say move back perfectly here. When it really matters, it doesn't matter. Even if it happened and you refuse to move, it's okay. It's just a couple of seconds. Then I will hang on the saddle and so on. Then I will ask you to do it when I want to. In my case, I want real trust that will lead to real control. Body language that came from training the horse about a certain move is going to be successful in some areas. As soon as the horse uses his real speed, his real power, it will not work. Here I'm saying the accuracy is here. There is nothing he can do when the accuracy is here. Even if I use the rope on his sides in a little bit rough way, slightly, let's say, there's nothing he can do about it. If I move completely in front of him and do that, and move at him, he can't do anything, even though he's not in the mood. And when I say he's not in the mood, he's a well-trained horse. He will not do something wrong, but not in the mood means he will bite, he will push you away and so on. So I'm moving back with my back at an Arabian horse, young, still under the starting or breaking process. He's moving away from me with the accuracy of the hand. And this is the problem that a lot of people do not understand. They think the less you use the rope, the better it is. Yes, if you are a bad rider who cannot actually use the rope in the right way. So you do it in different ways, spurs, whip, lunging, and so on. But if I'm able to use the rope and he gives me what I want, that means I'm doing it in the right way. The wrong thing of using the rope or the rein or the hand is because the horse will fight you back. So if you do the same exact thing, but your accuracy is wrong, the horse is gonna charge at you, bite you, hit you, kick you, and so on. So if I use the hand, and he ends up giving me exactly what I want, he did not actually fight me back, he gave me what I wanted. He did not become stiff, he became lighter. I did not lose control over him because I used the hand or the rope or the rein and collected the rein and so on. I controlled him more. So the idea that made it wrong is gone. So it's not wrong anymore. It's correct. What made it correct? I'm using the rope, but when he pulls, I slide and slip the rein as much as he pulled. When he gives it in, I collect. I do not just leave the rein or the rope loose. When he leans, I lean as much as he's leaning, just as I explained in the book and in the videos. So just because the rein is collected, just because the rope is collected, just because the hand is used, doesn't mean that you are doing the wrong thing. If you do all these things, but when the horse pulls or gives in or leans, you react in the wrong way, it's wrong. But if you do all these things, but when he pulls or gives in or leans, you react in the right way, it's not just okay. It's not just right. It is the best way of riding with a proof that you can see with your own eyes. In this method of riding or this style of riding, the horse who moves back easily here, moves back easily when he wants to fight another stallion, when he sees a mare ready for breeding, when he spooks from something and wants to run away from it, I move him backwards at it. So the result I got here cannot be achieved by bad riders. And the result I got here remains the same or even better in real situations. Other correct ways of riding achieve the right thing that bad riders can't achieve, but that thing that you achieved cannot be achieved again or even as good when it really matters. It completely switches from a perfect halting, like in the Western style, for example, to bucking. You see horses giving you the Western halt, stop, the slide stop, if you want to call it. That horse that gives you a perfect slide stop bucks with you if he spooks. When I say bucks, I mean bucks and succeeds in it. While I'm starting a horse, the first time I trot the horse, the first time I canter the horse, if he wants to buck, my correct reaction will lead him to halt. He wanted to buck, he ended up halting. Other ways of riding, halt perfectly. That same exact horse that halts or stops perfectly, bucks and succeeds if he needed to, bolts and succeeds if he wanted to, and so on, with the saddle, martingales, purse, lunging, and so on. So body language can be achieved in many different ways, but connecting the body language to the hand accuracy is what I want. So what I want is very simple. The hand is the main reason that made him come to me. Then you can make him come to you with body movement alone. The hand made him move back away from you to you.